Hello, Bill Molyneux here for turn 2 of the Battle of New Orleans. And let's get right to it. Let's do these morale checks. What do you say? All right. We'll do the American morale checks first. And we have Lafitte here, and he is helping to rally them. They need a 7 or higher. We just made it. So, with Lafitte's help, now this unit can move and fire. They could not charge, though. All right. Now, this is a fighting Kentuckians. We have a leader here, and he's not the, I was going to say Stonewall Jackson. He's not the Andy Jackson figure, though. So it's only a +1. And if you're curious, here we go. They are American militia, 8 or higher. And I got a leader. I rolled a 5, 6. They still failed. All right. Well, they didn't take just 2 losses, and they're gone. Well, now I'm just going to move them to the edge, and I'll take them away. Our leader is still fine. We'll put him there. Pretty depressing. That is our only American morale checks. I'm going to take these figures to the dead pile, and then we'll go over to the British side. Okay, right here, these are British elites, and they're all going to roll 4 or higher. We'll have the leader here with them. 4 or higher on 2 dice, we've no problem. And we're also using the Chuckle dice that Derek made for us. So we move that marker over here, 4 or higher and +1. No problem, no problem. We're rolling, by the way, 1d6 to hit per base, not per figure. So that is it for morale checks, it looks like. By the way, if you're curious, that's what the American line is looking like right now. Pretty cool. I love wargaming in 54. I know some people think it's crazy. All right, it's time for turn 2. We got our morale checks done. We now got to see who's moving first. So I just grabbed 2 dice. Here's a red and a white. The British move first with a 5. Okay. And guess what? I found my giant dice I want to use were underneath the rule sheets. By the way, I think it's Airman from New Zealand or Australia or someone said, how I keep losing my rules and casualty markers to put a rule sheet, tape measure, and all the markers I need at each of the 4 corners. And that already is working out much better. All right, so our British are moving first. I'm going to enlarge this so you can see what the heck I'm doing. And there we go. So I'll just jibber jabber. Our skirmishers can get all the way up to our ditch canal area. So that's where they're at. And then when they get in the ditch area, they have to stop a turn in there and then go up. Sort of like climbing a wall. All right, so. And then we're going to advance this line. And they go 12 inches. Oh, there is Mr. Kennedy. We're going to say Ronald McDonald should be a Highlander. And the fella's a very nice wargamer in England and very supportive of my channel. And I appreciate all of you. By the way, speaking of YouTube channels, Dan Monroe has a channel of music, movies, and monsters. He also grew up in Binghamton, New York, like I did. But his channel is one of the #1 YouTube channels now in the country. And he does videos about Lost in Space and stuff. So if you have time, check out his channel. He doesn't know I exist, really. But there we go. The big giant ladders. So, oh, well, my goodness gracious. We have to roll and see if the West Bank British have taken the battery over there and can start lobbing shells on Jackson's troops from across the river. Now, we'll do that afterwards. We would do that in the firing phase. What do you think? And someone sent me a note, which I had forgotten about, but the TV show The Time Tunnel from the 60s, they actually have an episode of this and of the Battle of New Orleans and the Time Tunnel, which is quite interesting. And they lose in that battle too, in that episode. There we go. And I really wish Walt and Kevin, Derek, Jim Shaw, and Josh, and so many others could be here, but alas, no. All right. Our British have moved. I'm going to go ahead and move our Americans, which isn't too much. We're going to bring pirates back. And they move 15. And there's Lafitte, American Friends for Lafayette, thinking of Robert Kelly and his organization. Move him up to there. And don't forget my Goober channel with Bill's History World with Goober the Traveling Bear. Really could use more subscribers for that channel. We do a lot of good work on trying to promote small museums. As far as the Americans, I got 2 reserve units there, but my left flank looks a little, I don't know. I think I'm going to take this unit here, and this is Andy Jackson, and we're just going to go and put them in column with Andy Jackson. We're going to take that unit and send them over in case we have another morale break on this left flank, and it'll be all over. All right, now it's we have to roll to see if it'd be a turn 2 would be a 12. Nope. Turn 11 or turn 2 it's an 11 12, and it goes down for the battery on the west bank. All right, we're going to resolve our cannon fire. Okay, we have cannon fire. By the way, I also have a Little Wars TV tape measure. I don't know if it works any better, but we're going to hit these Highlanders at 24 inches. These are pirates. Dave Markle has advised me that they would be elite artillery crew, getting a +1 to hit with their big, huge naval gun. Anything but a 1. And we got 3 hits. All right. And a morale marker. Oh, there's sometimes I have to make accounts for 54 millimeter figures. These figures are below these figures. The sabots from the artillery shells would hit them in the back of the head. You have to use your imagination that they're all sort of intermingled. I just can't cram everything into that spot. Our firing, by the way, is simultaneous. I'm going to go ahead and pause the camera and resolve the rest of our firing. Hello everyone, welcome back. I have resolved the firing. I have not removed the dead. So the Highlanders here, they lost 3. They got a morale check. Our 95th Rifles, they've been hit, have a morale check. Our lead regiment here, they've been hit a couple times. And then along in here for the Americans, we have a unit here of militia been hit. The other militia's been hit once. There we go. And I'm going to take the camera to the other side. Okay, on this side, Americans lost 1 here and 2 there, and relatively nothing else. But the British on this side, they got pounded. They're going to lose a base there, a base there. We're going to have to check for a leader loss. Between the 2 cannons, they have 2 cannons here, and line infantry, 2 regiments. They rolled a lot of hits, and so this flank is for the British is really hurting. All right, I'm going to go ahead and remove the casualties and come back to you. Okay, everyone. Boy, that British flank on this side, with the 2 guns here, just and 2 line regiments, it's just putting out a lot of fire. All right, so review our turn 2. Our Americans are moving some troops to this flank, and what we're going to do for turn 2, we're going to go to turn 3 in this video just to do the morale checks to see where we're at. Okay, and then the next video will be turn 3 also. So we're just going to do the morale checks. Now, pause the camera. Okay, we're going to check this unit here. And they're fine. And the other American unit, the other militia unit, they're terrible. All right, roll the 4. Gosh, so this unit here is running for it. And I wanted to get the morale checks so you can see how the battle is going to look. Battlefield's looking for turn 3. All right, so we have a gaping hole in our American lines. We'll show that in a moment. Let's check our 95th Rifle. He is fine. This Highlander unit, they have not lost a base. 4 or higher. They roll a 9. These guys are good. British unit over there, they did it with a 4, and that's what they needed. All right, now let's head over to the other side. All right, here we are, and we lost a base here, so that leader's got to check for boxcars or snake eyes, and he's fine. They're 4. They got to roll a 5 and back to a 4, and they rolled a 7, so they're fine. The other unit has to roll a 5, and they rolled a 4. Oh my goodness. All right. So we have a unit that is falling back 12 inches, and we'll passes through a unit. So they keep their bad morale marker. This unit will immediately test, and they roll a 6, so they pass through fine. That unit there passed. Okay, everyone. this completes turn 2 and morale. So on turn 3 that we'll be going into the next video, we'll just be rolling to see who moves first and second. Whoever rolls high moves first. Anyone that's retreating is where they're at. And we'll get some close-ups here. The British line is moving along. And I don't know. And we also will be testing. We'll do that right now. Turn 3, so 12, 11, 10. The battery has not been taken on the other side yet. So, all right. Stay safe, be kind, be courteous, be true to your school, as Kevin would say, or the Chuckleheads. And I'm going to download turn 2.